if you already have the King of Dokkan right here, or you're planning on obtaining him sometime in the future, this video is 100% for you. We are talking about the absolute best team, in my opinion, for LR AGL UI Goku to make him look like the best he can possibly look. Now, I will say, I am not an expert at Dokkan, but I did graduate with a degree in Dokkanology, so I have some idea of what I'm talking about here. I will also say that although you could possibly build a team that makes Goku hit a little bit harder or defend a little bit better, I think the team I built here overall, overall is very, very powerful and is still making this guy look like an absolute king. So with all that said, let's hop straight into this video. I will also say really quick, if you do enjoy this video, want to see more content like this, want to see a Vegeta version, right, Evolution Blue Vegeta version, or, you know, if you just enjoy the vibes, consider subscribing, consider hitting the like button. I really do appreciate any and all support. Let's hop straight into this video. So first things first, our leader of the team is going to be AGL LR UI Goku, right? Reps of Universe 7, Category 3 key, and 170% to all stats. Now, immediately, you can say, Mr. Baby, but if you run him on a Goku and Frieza team, that gives 177%, making Goku hit a little bit harder, defend a little bit better. And yes, you are absolutely right. But for this team to work, which you will see why in just a second, he needs to be the leader of this team, okay? All right. Now, of course, with this chance to crit here, with this 70% chance to dodge, defense after dodging, 150% attack and defense, the revival mechanic, this guy is an undisputed king. I think we can all agree on that, at least at the time of recording this video, right? We don't know what JP might release, but as of right now, he's a king. Now, who do we run him on rotation with as our first main rotation? Let's talk about our first main rotation. And I think one of the best partners for him is going to be LR STR UI Goku, right? I understand many people may not actually have these units I'm mentioning here, but again, this is one of the best teams for specific units. So these videos do require that, you know, you have specific units, but hopefully you understand. But anyways, LR STR UI Goku, in terms of links, they share Godly Power, Prepare for Battle, Kamehameha, Torrent Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Let me just make sure. Yes, he doesn't have Shocking Speed, and he doesn't have Over the Flash. So in terms of links, they share 20% attack, they share 35% attack, 47% attack, they share 5 key. How much defense? 12% defense. They share 5% chance to crit, and what is it? 25% attack on super attack. That is very, very powerful for 2 units that definitely do not need it. But also, you have to keep in mind that STR UI Goku also has a 70% chance to dodge for the first 7 turns from battle, and he does stack every single time that he does dodge. So that makes for a very almost invincible rotation. Now, of course, you can definitely get slapped up turn 1 by a specific enemy, but I mean, in most content, you're going to be flying through enemies, you're going to be doing crazy damage, and on top of that, all right, you're going to be dodging almost everything, which again is going to be, it's something that I think Dokkan didn't really realize what they were, that's how strong this is, right? This rotation here. Unless, you know, you're in the last stage of like Legendary Goku event or something, this right here is almost unstoppable. Now, again, of course, you can run this team, take 50 million damage in the first hit after this guy does not dodge. It's possible, but again, 70% chance is a very, very high chance. Now, the question is, what is our next main rotation? Of course, we're going to have the friend LR AGL UI Goku, and this is why I said it's imperative to run both AGL UI Gokus as your leader and the friend leader to make this whole team work, right? So, you have your friend LR AGL UI Goku linked up with this guy right here, EZA Int UI Goku. Now, of course, this guy right here is going to be your slot 1 unit. When you have this guy linked up with this guy is going to be the slot 1 unit simply because he's stacking attack and defense. His defense is going to look amazing, especially after our first few attacks. Make sure to give this guy additionals. The more additionals you give him, the stronger he's going to hit, and the more defensive he's going to become. Now, once you fall below 50% HP, he becomes just an absolute god. He still stacks a lot of attack, a lot of defense, 70% chance to dodge, and of course the first time he does transform, he has a guaranteed chance to dodge. So what's happening is now you have two main rotations, okay? Two main rotations of units that have a 70% chance to dodge, okay? They also share Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Godly Power, Tornado Power, and Fierce Battle. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the First Awakened AGL UI Goku. It's a very powerful link, but you know, it is what it is. But again, having two rotations with units that have a 70% chance to dodge is very, very powerful. But also keep in mind that all of these units here, right, are actually really good defensively too, especially since they're on a 170% buff of HP, attack, and defense, which is one of the most important stats in this game, especially in this meta. So those are your first two, your only two main rotations. Now the question is, who do we run as the floating units, right? Because the floating units are impaired. Those units, the floating units, are probably some of the most important units on this team, because they have to make sure that the whole team works really, really well. Okay, you can't just have two main rotation power, house rotations and have your floaters kind of weak, right? Because that can definitely get you killed in any event. So the first unit we have as a floater is physical UI Goku. Now I know I can already hear what you're saying, but Mr. Baby, if you have this guy on rotation with this guy or even this guy, they're not gonna link. And yes, I hear you. But remember what I said. This guy is a slot 1 unit. So you put this guy in the first slot, then AGL Goku in the second slot. He's going to link up with this guy, and he will link up with this guy. So having AGL UI Goku in that second slot will allow you to activate everyone's link. So do not worry about that. Now, secondly, this guy also stacks attack and defense. So he's going to be a pretty strong defensive option in that last slot. But guess what he also does? He has a high chance to dodge. Literally, just a high chance, just like that. So you have a unit in the last slot who's stacking defense and has a high chance to dodge. That is a very reliable last slot unit. But that's not all, guys. That's not all. That's not all. We're not done. He's giving 3 key and 30% to attack and defense to this rotation, okay, and this rotation. This rotation. So you have a unit giving 30% to attack and defense to 2 rotations that do not need it. That's how strong this is. Now keep in mind, again, with 2 AGL UI Gokus on each rotation, you have 2 reviving rotations. You have 2 characters who have the ability to revive, which is making your team that much more invincible. So even if you do take a KO shot, you can easily revive, of course, if you meet the requirements, okay? Keep that in mind. But this guy giving 3 key and 30% to attack and defense is going to ensure that your units get your 18 key supers, especially since they're sharing 5 key with each other. They're going to make sure that you're hitting a lot better, defending a lot better in case you don't dodge. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this right here is a very, very powerful rotation. But we still have 2 other units to get to, right? Because this is 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, the friendly, which is 5, right? But the team includes 7 units, so we still have 2 other floaters we have to get to. Now the next floater we're going to talk about here, which I still think is imperative to run, is this guy right here, LR Master Roshi. Not only is adding another LR to the team going to buff up the HP like crazy, right? But adding LR Master Roshi, you really cannot go wrong. This guy has 120% defense with almost a 12,000 defensive stat. He is very, very powerful defensively, but he also has a medium chance to dodge. So you have 2 floating units. You have physical LR Roshi and physical UI Goku that can dodge in that last slot if, of course, they do not, if they don't dodge, they can defend, right? They have defense, but if they don't have to rely on that because they can easily dodge that last slot. Having units who can dodge in that last slot is very, very strong, especially when they're already good defensively. But what else does this guy do? What else does LR Master Roshi do? He revives. So you have 3 units at all times who can bust out a revive mechanic. You know how OP that is? Yes, that is very OP. But what else does LR Master Roshi do? Tell me, come on, tell me. 3 key, And 40% to attack and defense to all Turtle School category allies. You know who's on this category? You know? Do you know? Let me tell you. Every single goddamn Goku in this game, every single Goku that exists in Dokkan is on this category. Which, yes, includes this guy right here, right? Where's Turtle School? Turtle School, right? This guy right here. Turtle School. There you go. This guy right here. Where is it at? Turtle School. So, this guy, you meaning to tell me he has a chance to dodge, amazing defensively if he doesn't dodge, reviving unit, and giving 40% to attack and defense? Are you kidding me? To this rotation? This rotation right here? Or this rotation right here? So we have two floating units that are supporting like crazy and making sure that themselves are good in the last slot. What else could you really ask for? That's, to me, this team is looking like almost completely invincible. We're taking care of the main rotations in terms of power, in terms of defense, and making sure that the units in the last slot not only are powerful in their own right, but making sure that these Gokus are looking absolutely disgusting. But we have one other unit to add. Now, this last unit is completely up to you. I couldn't find a, out of these two options here, it was a little tough, not gonna lie, to really pick which one was best. So the first unit I do have here, let's go through these two, right? There's two units here, but we have only one slot to fill on this team. Because again, remember, we have 2 Gokus, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So only one slot left on this team. You could go Master Roshi and TM. Now the thing with this unit is in difficult content, he does become valuable because he does seal, okay? Now, he does have to get hit in order to build up, which can definitely be a downfall for this unit, but he's not weak whatsoever. And he also gives 3 ki and 40% to attack and defense, and he's free to play. This guy is 100%, actually, 100% free to play, 100% free to play, 100% free to play. So, like, and 3 ki, again, this is LR Master Roshi. This is a true support ability here for Reps of Universe 7, which all of these units that I've shown you so far are on that category, right? We're running the Reps of Universe 7 category here. So, this is not something that can't be done. This isn't like a support ability that's useless, right? 3 ki and 40% to attack and defense is massive. The only thing is, in that last slot, he definitely can take a lot of damage. Now I will say, let's say you get lucky and he's taking, one hit in the last slot. You can go ahead and make sure that you seal the enemy super attack. Now, I understand, what if the enemy can have their super attack sealed? And I understand that. You're absolutely right. That sucks. You're going to get I mean, honestly, this unit is not weak defensively. He's really not, right? If you have him linked up with another Cold Judgment character, he's going to be obviously a lot better defensively. But without that, he really only has Torment of Power with the rest of the rotation, which is giving him a little bit of defense and obviously a lot of ki. But it's not the best amount of defense to make sure that he actually eats super attacks, right? He's not weak defensively though. Honestly, almost a 7,000 defensive stat with 140% defense from their super attack here, or from their passive here. And because they also support themselves here too, right? They also give themselves 40% defense here, okay? A little bit of defense from their links here. And again, sealing, like, again, they could be a good choice. Mainly for the support ability. They could definitely survive on their own. But they're not going to be as reliable as physical UI Goku. And definitely not as reliable as LR Master Roshi. But our second option here is going to be Android 17. Now, Android 17, honestly, he should have received an easy A during this whole celebration. I really don't know why he didn't. It is what it is. All they had to do with him too, by the way, is give him 130% defense at the start of turn, and then 130% attack when performing a super attack, and then all allies 3 ki, and like 66, maybe 70, maybe 70%, maybe 70% defense, yeah. And then this ability right here could have been reduce damage received by 70% when HP 77% or below, or something like that, or maybe 77% when HP is 77% or low. Like, again, this could have been absolutely disgusting. He could have been an amazing unit. Maybe he even stacked defense too. I don't really know, but this guy does work very, very, very well. He does share Torrent of Power, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle with UI Goku. But he's also giving 3 key and a massive 60% defense to this rotation and this rotation, right? This rotation right here. So 60% defense to this guy. He's not being touched. I'm telling you that right now. He cannot. This guy with 60% defense being fully built up, linked up with this guy, it's not being touched. It's just not happening, right? Especially with their chance to dodge, right? It's again, you have to be facing one of the most difficult. For this guy to take damage, you have to be in the most difficult event type disadvantage. And if he does not dodge, he will probably take a good amount of damage if he gets supered. But there's a lot of factors, man. There's a lot of factors going into place. And then again, even if you do get killed, you have 3 freaking reviving units on the team. Like this, again, this team was like low-key invincible, dude. Low-key invincible. And then, of course, again, he's not the best defensively, but if you do fall below 77% HP, that 40% damage reduction definitely does help. And he is giving himself this 60% defense as well. So he's not bad whatsoever, but I will say he's definitely better he's better on rotation with Team Universe 7, because they literally share almost every single link except for Legendary Power. The LR obviously has Legendary Power. I think this guy has twin tears, where the Team Universe 7 LR does not. But again, this guy can definitely fit on the team. He's on representing Year 7. He is getting 170% defense from the leader. He's getting 40% damage reduction if HP, if the HP requirement meets it, and then he's also giving himself 60% defense. So he's not the best defensively, I'll tell you that right now, but he can definitely work in that last slot. It's definitely a little bit tricky. Type disadvantage, you definitely want to, look out. But let me know what you guys think. Again, honestly, this team will probably be the best for UI Goku. Again, in my opinion, you could easily rock, right? LR Goku and Frieza, giving this man an extra, 7%. Or I mean, if you run both Goku and Frieza's as your lead, he will get an extra 14% attack and defense. But in my opinion, it is so much more valuable. It'll be more valuable to you if you have one rotation of this guy, and the other rotation of this guy and this guy, right? 70% chance to dodge, and you have just insane amount of support. 2 units who can easily dodge, and then you have one of these last options here. This guy is free to play, and this guy's been around for quite some time. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.